So I bought a whole heap of different herbal seeds off a herbalist. So I've been growing marshmallow, evening primrose, and the tiniest seeds I have here are the St. John's wort, or the hypericum, and they're just super tiny. So I don't know if you can get some kind of scale on how small, really small they are. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do to transplant them, but I will definitely wait till their second leaves come in. So other seeds that I need to plant are valerian, pyrethrum, cumin, lady's mantle, and meadowsweet. These guys here. You know, sometimes plants take ages to germinate, and sometimes they just germinate really fast. So I picked the seeds up for these guys here. Now I suspect this is, what's it called? Oh, I'll tell you when I remember. Anyway, went to the crop swap last week, picked up this little suspicious looking baggie here, and I thought, well, nobody's put any label on it, but hey, look, why not take it home and grow it for fun? So that's what I did. 1 week later exactly, this is how they come up. Now compare those to these tiny little guys, which have taken a few weeks. I planted them on the 4th of June, and they've only just come up now. So you put them side by side, huge difference, eh? So we don't normally transplant them until the second pair of leaves come in. These are the first two leaves to come out are the embryonic leaves. And yeah, but I suspect I will have to transplant these guys pretty quick smart, because if I can show you underneath, you've got like roots growing and a network of them growing already 1 week after sowing them. I can just remember the name of them. Can't even remember the name of them, but they're a member of the, what do you call it, family? Different names keep coming in my head. It'll come to me. Rhubarb family. Okay, so I try to handle these babies pretty lightly, and what I do is I kind of take the stick that I've been, using as the identity marker, and just manipulating the soil. This is organic seed raising mix, which I've added a bit of permaculite to allow some more aeration into the soil. Sorry, terrible camera handling today. Now this mixture is a bit more wet than I would have liked it to be, because it's been out in the rain. I've been mixing it out in the rain. Once they get their second leaves on, and I'm confident that they can survive the transplant, or that they've survived the transplant, and that they're strong enough, I will put them out into my little hothouse. So really this isn't the time of year to start growing them. But Georgianne likes to defy that. So this is really awkward and a one-handed operation, but basically what I try and do is try and get underneath the root system with very minimal disturbance. Incredibly difficult while I'm trying to be the camera person and the action person as well. So I'll just ever so gently try and take them out Now there's 2 there. I try as much as possible not to handle the root ball, but it is impossible when you're trying to do the camera. So what I'm going to do is pause the camera and plant these babies. So here I'm back with my seedlings. So you'll notice there I've got 2 different types of media in there. So I've put the coconut husk, which was the media that they were growing in with this. The great thing about coconut husk medium is it's a very fine medium for seeds to grow in. Easy for the seeds to push up and out of that. It allows the air to circulate around the roots. As I mentioned before, that this mixture, the seedling mixture that I've just planted them in, is a bit more wetter than I wanted to, and that's because roots require air. If you don't get it, the soil becomes anaerobic and yucky. Yeah, it looks green, but it isn't. It's just the camera. So that soil is not green. You'll notice that there's little white bits inside, which is permaculite. It sort of breaks up heavy soils and allows the roots to grow through quite easily. Yeah, so I've moved it from a really fine medium to a heavier medium. And I've mixed in some of the coconut husk. So if you can get your seedlings out of the medium with very, very minimal disturbance to the roots. Sometimes it's unavoidable, and that's okay. Just keep an eye on it, because the other thing is transplant shock too. You want to kind of reduce the risk of transplantation shock. I'm a little bit iffy because the soil's already pretty wet. I'm a little bit iffy about watering. I might just give them a light spray over just to help them to bed it. Oh, help them to bed in, and I'll fix that up later. I'm recording, Shivali. Yeah, so I find ice block sticks make things easier to handle. Help this little one to stand up again and pat the media around it. Right, now because I don't like them staying wet, I kind of give them a little, you know, it's just kind of like looking after babies really. Well, they are looking after babies, plant babies. Giving them a little dab with the tissue, you know, just so that they don't rot or do something which is called damping off. You kind of reduce the risks of that. Whoops. Trying to steer the camera and work at the same time. Not the easiest of things. So yeah, that's evening primrose for you. I've got some more little seedlings to do. This is Bergamo. Now, for people who like, what is it, Earl Grey tea? Earl Grey tea gets an addition of Bergamo. You'll see a different little plant up the top there. And I was tootling around with some amaranth seeds. So, yeah, I've got a bonus amaranth in there. So those are Bergamo seeds. I'm going to, you know, to carry on this mahi, I'm going to need a house with a lot of land. Well, not a lot, but more than the usual amount of land in a townhouse. So I'm looking to go rural or semi-rural. But of course, house prices being the way they are now, it's quite expensive. What else can I show you? Yeah, I've got some marshmallow seedlings in with some more evening primrose oil. Evening primrose. Marshmallow is good for things such as, because it has a high mucilage content, it's good for things such as acidic stomach, yeah, and some inflammatory skin conditions. evening primrose is good for skin. You may have heard of evening primrose oil. Yeah, it does wonders for women. So yeah, that's what I'm up to today. These containers here I find really handy. I'm going to wash those out and reuse them again. So you know, the little seaweed packages that you buy for the kids' lunches, and they come in these little containers. Well, I thought, well, what a waste, what a waste. So what you do is just fill it up with seed raising mix and pop one over the top of the other, and you've got an instant mini greenhouse. So yes, it'll probably be another week or two before I decide to replant these ones. I'm going to need an even finer tool or instrument to transplant these. I can get away with an os block stick for these bigger ones. Now the reason why I've transplanted these, even though they haven't got secondary leaves, is that the root systems. The roots I was going to get them before all the root systems got tangled up with each other. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, if you are growing or whatever you're doing today, have a good one, have a happy one, and yeah, look forward to seeing these babies grow. Yes, I am still doing the kaioranga, teaching the kaioranga course. I see that a lot of people are now taking a interest in rongoa, but also don't forget that ko te rongoa he kai, ko te kai he rongoa. Food is medicine. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. So, you know, food is your first port of call, and you know, you look at some things like turmeric, which is also an Ayurvedic medicine. We can use things like kawakawa or horopito or whatever in our kai as well. So, you know, take a little bit of time to ponder on that and consider that it's not all just about the rongoa, but you can use rongoa as kai, and your kai can most certainly be a rongoa for you. So, yes, so take care, and we will look forward to seeing these babies grow, and hopefully I put on another video when they do. Ka kite.